Alright, so this video is going to be hopefully very helpful for those of you that are like struggling with the current market, because it seems like after the Fed meeting this month in December, a lot of people have finally realized that, oh my gosh, things are actually going to start getting much worse, and the Fed isn't going to essentially help us go back to money printing and make the stonks go up, right? We're actually in a really difficult financial time right now, because what's happening is that the middle and poor class, they have no savings, and this has been like since the middle of 2022. But now finally the rich people are starting to actually think, oh my gosh, people are actually not buying stuff. This Black Friday was the worst in like history, like one of the worst, because people were either swiping credit cards to oblivion, for Black Friday and for Christmas, which I understand why people want to do that, because you care about your family, you want to make them happy. But the thing is, the things are getting worse, and I know this has been said since September, but a lot of people have been in this like pseudo land where nobody's like, oh yes, it's gonna get worse, but the Fed is gonna ease up, the economy's gonna get better, and we're gonna go back to stocks going up. Now reality has finally kicked in, guys, and a lot of people are finally realizing that, oh my gosh, things are so bad, we have to prepare for the recession, and people are finally starting to like become defensive and actually like liquidate stocks and stuff like that, right? And I want to tell you that this is actually a big mistake, because now that you're seeing a lot of like finance YouTubers, and I'm so ashamed to say this, but even the perma bulls are starting to give up, man. People are saying that we're not gonna be in a lost decade. And I have some YouTubers that I actually think of them like perma bulls, and I like use them as confidence for me to hold my positions, right? And even them are starting to say, oh man, the recession's gonna get worse, housing's gonna get destroyed, and everyone's gonna be like unemployed. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Again, first of all, I have a beef with them because they're so rich. Like, they literally don't need the money they're throwing into the market. They just buy stuff and hope it goes up. And if it goes down, they make videos about it going down. So I just don't understand why they're so frustrated, man. I would just put that thing in an S&P 500, buy when it's above the 200 weekly moving average, and just chill. And also like make dividends and put that money to growth, work for me, and then buy high growth that I actually think companies long term, no matter if it's under 200 the 200 moving average, right? But these people don't see that. What they're seeing is that things are going to get worse, they're not going to make money, and now finally, after everyone has been destroyed and they can keep dollar cost averaging into the market, now they're finally giving up. They're like, I was wrong, market's going to go down, the Fed is against us, not bullish, things are gonna get worse, and I'm just gonna keep buying, but things are gonna get bad, so I can have some credibility that things are going bad, and now I actually said things are going bad, right? I think finance YouTubers are just a cope, guys. Don't watch them. They just stick to your strategy. If there's companies that you like, no matter what happens, you will make money, because companies that are valuable, if you look at them and you use them, you personally use them, and you think of they're like good companies and you actually like believe in them long term, why are you thinking of the short term? Why are you lump summing when it goes up and selling all when it goes down? Dollar cost average. If you're really if you really want to use technicals, which it has been proven again and again that technicals are like a form of astrology, but people still believe in them, right? Wait till it's above the 200-day moving average, right? Wait up till it's above the 200-day moving average, and then just buy a piece. If your goal is 1,000 shares, then buy 200 shares every time it goes above the 200 moving average. If not, every time you see like you can like see the graph going way down, and you think, oh my god, I would sell, that's when you actually should be buying. Yeah. And right now we have priced in, I don't want to say priced in because that's not accurate, but we have already had at least 70% of the pain has been already put into the market. And I mean, never say never. Like, this happened in 2008, guys. Like, people finally realized that things are gonna get bad, and then they finally freaking crashed. But even so, if it goes down that much, why don't you just continue dollar cost averaging? I don't know. I don't understand. People are being like super dramatic about the market, and it sucks, because every time that I go into YouTube, what I see is people saying the recession is gonna get worse, things are gonna get worse, you should sell and buy when things are gonna get better. Like, nobody knows when things are gonna get better. That's the point. That's why you dollar cost average, because you don't know when things are gonna get better, right? What you do with the stock market is, if you're a trader, then make sure you can replenish that income. I always say that. But if you're a long-term investor, first of all, I use a predictive like calculator where like it's called stock events, and you look at the peak and the bottom, and you kind of get a middle between that of where you think that the stock wants to go, right? And just keep buying the stocks that you like, you know, just keep buying them. I don't know why people are so frustrated. Even with crypto, a lot of people are starting to give up on crypto. And to be fair, crypto is kind of shady right now. I'm not really like buying a lot of it, but I still believe in the technology, so I'm still buying. I'm not buying as much as I, you know, should buy because, well, first of all, I'm trying to do this, right? I can't put money into something that I know it's going to go down for at least a year until it goes above the 200 daily moving average. Once it goes above, you can buy some Ethereum, you know, use the technicals if you believe in astrology. I believe in it because for me, at least, the moving averages is something that no matter who you are or where you're from, you will see it. Everyone sees the same thing, you know. So I do use it as a form of measurement, but you know, just keep buying, guys, because what's gonna happen this year, and I'm so sad this is gonna happen, is that people will be struggling financially and they're trying to hold on to things they can't afford, and what's gonna happen is they're gonna be too poor to take advantage of this amazing buying opportunity that's coming. The YouTubers that you watch, they say that we're in a recession. That doesn't matter because they're going to keep dollar cost averaging their YouTube money because they don't need that money. They just put it into the market and they'll call it a day. But you, the average American, the person that probably isn't watching this video because this is a small channel, but if you're watching this, like, I appreciate you being here, right? You're essentially just gonna be like, oh man, I'd rather pay rent, I'd rather pay car payment, I'd rather pay my credit card debt than pay the buy the stocks cheap. And you're just gonna take that money little by little. And what really kills you, and I made a video on how the stock market is a survival game, is that as things get worse, you take money from your trading account, you start sipping money out of it, and you don't, it doesn't matter the price, right? You still sipping money out of it. And for rich people, it'll be like getting margin called, but for poor people, it's they just need the money, right? And this is the mistake. This is the huge mistake, because you're taking money at a complete discount, and what's gonna happen is you think the future's gonna get better, and you'll buy later. I'll buy later, right? I'll buy when things get better. But things don't get better like that, guys. It's not how it works. Things get better when you least expect them. When things go blang, then they go blang. Not blang, and then you think it's gonna get better, you just gonna keep going down. You can't time this stuff. Can't do it. Don't try. I've seen people try and they just get it wrong. And you know, you just look at the perma bulls. The perma bears are celebrating, but they've been basically part of the trend. They've been swing trading the trend, and you know, eventually that's gonna turn around. So I don't know why they're celebrating so much, right? And yeah, I guess if you would have been bearish, you would have had a good year. But I don't know, guys. I'd be nervous for next year, because if things are gonna get worse and everyone's thinking things are gonna get worse, I remember last year people thought 2022 was gonna be a rebounds year. So I don't know, just throwing my thoughts out there, you know. So guys, please, you know, if you have a goal of shared amounts and you can dollar cost average into them, just keep doing so. If you really need to take money out and pay off debt, I already gave you the idea that you should have already done that. If you're still holding on to those shares and you have bills to pay, like credit cards and personal loans, you're gonna have to downsize drastically to cover that. You can't be living in an apartment with 2 cars and a wife and a house and you know, thinking, oh yeah, I'll buy when it gets cheaper. No, you gotta be preparing, putting yourself in an aggressive stance, because remember, the aggression is what makes you profits. The defensive is what retains profits, and holding isn't retaining profits. You're just wishing things are gonna get better and they don't. That's the problem. So anyway, guys, just want to make sure video on this. I'm literally just sitting here in a van. I was working on the van today, you know, doing some general stuff, and I came up with this video idea because I watch YouTubers when I'm driving, and I keep hearing the recession thing, and I'm like, that's not gonna make me sell, and I hope it doesn't make you sell, guys. Just if you need to rebalance your portfolio, get rid of the stocks you don't believe in. You know, if you really want to be a trend trader, then wait for it to go above the 200-day moving average, and then start dollar cost averaging. But don't be like, oh, you know, I'm gonna sell everything and I'll buy when it's cheaper, or I'm gonna hold my stocks and I'm gonna wait for things to get, you know, things are gonna get better, but then you have like all these minimum payments you gotta cover, and you're like trying to hold this and that, and eventually both are gonna collapse and hit you in the face, guys. You know, learn how to make responsible decisions, guys. The market will always be there, but the interest that you're paying right now, you're thinking the market's gonna get better, it's not gonna save you. You know, make the smart decision, make the wise decision, and if you can downsize as much as possible, even to a point where you're literally like making twice as much as you spend, then you can dollar cost average that. And trust me, things are gonna get worse, but when things get worse, that's when you should be buying the most. Like, this is, for me, has been a phenomenal year to be buying. And yes, I've been doing this thing that, you know, a lot of people are like, oh my god, it's crazy, but it's gonna work out. It's gonna work out drastically. And for anything that I think right now, honestly, I'm happy that the market is gonna give me a generational buying opportunity, and I hope it gives you a generational buying opportunity. I hope you're preparing for it. I hope that you're prioritizing whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's the business you're building, the stock market shares you hold, or prioritizing paying off everything and just making a new fresh start. Which, by the way, if you don't pay off debt, guys, like that's gonna bite you in the ass. But there's always a fresh start if you need to. And if you have a lot of debt and you can't pay it, and you have all the stocks you want to buy, why don't you just buy the stocks and not pay the shit? Fuck the banks. They're billionaires, man. That's probably gonna get me demonetized, so I'm saying too much. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this short video, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.